A major social challenge during the COVID-19 lockdown. We appeal to adults, parents and caregivers.
Welcome all one more time here on a wonderful and favorite show, Sankofa, live from Galaxy Universal Network here in Johannesburg, South Africa, where we are looking backwards at the future, and we will not do so. And you know me with my obsession for music, and particularly indigenous African instruments. I mean, I play a couple of them, which is the saxophones, the trumpets, the harmonicas and stuff. But when I heard about Utata Luyelo, my heart leaped a bit because I knew that it was going to be special and something totally different and out of the hook. And I'm so excited today to be inviting for you on the show. Wonderful.
Molweni kubantu kwilizwe liphela Luyelo Lenga ozalwa emakhumeni ndisuka kwindawo yase Eastern Cape kule kushutha kusemdantsane. Ndiyimvumi ke eyaphuma ngokuxelenga kwi sikolo okuthiwa kwano college ngokwasesilungini ke kuthiwa i-Fort Hare University. Kulapho ke ndiye ndofunda ngokubanzi ngalomsebenzi womculo wamahadi.
Howuzwa ke?
Ndiyavuya uba lapha tata.
Nice to have you here on the show. It's your show. Me, I'm just a facilitator here.
Yes.
You are going to take us through each one of them slowly and gently. And then we will learn here and there. We will be doing some interruptions with music, and so that people can be able to appreciate your audiences all the way through Africa.
Thank
so
you.
Be kind to them. We can put a bit of Xhosa here and there, but for the sake of the audience in Ghana, in Kenya, and in Tanzania, but I don't stress. We can try to do some translations here and there.
Oh, it's fine.
Nice.
I'll try my best. Yeah, to
they can hear it from the horse's mouth.
Thank you. I'll try my best to express myself as
wow,
well as I can.
Let's start. Let's start right at the beginning. What drew you to these African instruments?
Really amazing. I grew up just loving music in general, and because we are young people, we are in South Africa, we are exposed to our media, which exposes us to international music. And growing up, we had hip hop and all of that. So I studied as a sound engineer at first, and worked as a producer in the form of hip hop music. But eventually, I was my soul. I was not complete. I didn't feel complete. I was looking for something for which, when my mind or my conscience was already telling myself that I think there's something out there that I need, I eventually just heard a sound on an interview playing on TV. Strangely enough, the instrument did not even show on the picture. I just heard the tone, and I was interested, and I just researched, tried to find it. And eventually, when I went to Fort Hare University, I found them in one room in the music department there.
You almost fainted.
I almost fainted, and I just knew actually which exact instrument.
Which instrument to pick on?
Yes, I knew exactly. So I realized that actually I'm going to enroll and study further about the bows. So in 2007, I went to Fort Hare to study about bows, only to learn therefore that bows, most of them, there's many of them found in this region of Southern Africa. And many anthropologists want to believe that they originate from this area. But you find actually they are scattered all over the continent of Africa.
In Gambia.
Yes,
Gambia,
yes, they are.
The guy who played Bwiti.
Yes, they are.
Play something similar to this, but
also they've also reached places like the Caribbeans now, you know, like the Perimbao in South America, in Brazil, that is used a lot with capoeira. And I've recently just learned about an artist who is actually also an archivist of African pop music, who is in the island of Curacao. Curacao. They play this mouth bow, and they call it in the local language there papiamento benta.
Papiamento benta.
Yeah, they call it the bow benta, but the language is papiamento. Yes. So it's.
Where do you want us to start?
Well, we can start with the big one, right?
Start with the big one.
Yeah.
Start with the big one. I will make some noises in the background.
No
that is
problem.
the one that you did in C, is it?
It's Mkangi.
Oh no, let's go
this
for
one.
go for it.
It works with you there.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
This,
I'll give you a nice start. Then I will see where.
So this bow here is a Xhosa musical bow. It is called uhadi.
Uhadi.
Yes, uhadi. Why? Because the sound is originated from this umadi. Umadi means a hole in its Xhosa language.
Okay.
So the sound is actually originated from here, and then it is amplified by this calabash, and then you control it by moving the calabash away and closer to your chest.
When it goes away, it goes louder.
When you go away, you can attain lower tones, and when you come closer, you can attain higher pitches. Yes, for which you will be using overtones really, because your main tones here are 2, 1 and 2. But you have overtones then that support what we will do.
Give me again that one. No. Yes.
You can hear.
Okay. One more time.
You can.
Okay. Okay. I think the microphone is put there.
Okay. So I should be.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just be mindful of it.
Wow. Sibagwaza ngalomkhonto. Wow. Where do you use this instrument in the Xhosa culture?
Well, normally the instruments were made by women, and they were used mainly by women. For instance, this one were used by older women. Our parents today, they would tell us that this is the instrument that was used to put her to sleep.
Okay.
You know, and apparently you cannot resist it to put you to sleep. Once it plays, you will try not to sleep, but you'll find that
it takes you away.
You are going, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was like a lullaby
Yes,
sort
yeah.
of thing, yes.
And I believe there's something with the tones and the vibrations where the instrument vibrates. You know, it works somehow in your soul, psyche, conscience, in specific ways. And there's a story I would like to also share with you. The reason why actually I felt attached to the bows, when I started sampling bow music to use for my hip hop productions. I started.
You're using it for hip hop?
Yes, yes.
I'd love to listen to some of those productions. That's groundbreaking.
Oh, yes, yeah. And we started sampling from Umama Tosini and Otata like Pops Mohammed, you know, and eventually, after learning, now we create our own samples now for producers out there to start sampling these for their own new music production.
Okay.
You know, so I wanted to share a story. Matosini, we were busy rehearsing for a production in Artscape Theatre. A lady comes in the room as we are rehearsing, asks for the manager, goes out. 10 minutes later, she comes back, and she was really blushing and red in the face. We didn't understand. And she was trying to explain to Makulu Matosini, who couldn't understand English. Now we had to explain or translate what was being said. And now this story was being relayed to us that I came here looking for you, great lady, because when I was dying in my deathbed in Peru, South America, apparently a shaman there was trying to heal the woman, and according to the story from the shaman, that as much as I tried everything, your vital signs were going down, but when I included bow music in the background, you miraculously came back to life.
Wow.
And so she decided to go across the world to find the lady.
Looking for the bow
And she
music.
found her when we were busy rehearsing for a show.
Wow.
And so that was one story actually that really captured me. And I realized actually there's something more
It's healing.
than just entertainment.
Sangoma, the name Sangoma, in a more lateral definition,
Yes,
could
yes.
actually mean the one who owns the ngoma.
The mark.
The ngoma is the song.
Yes.
So the owner of the song is the Sangoma.
Wow.
You know, so you
The
are
mark.
every musician who is aware of what they are doing, when they apply themselves to the instrument,
Yes.
you are sending vibrations.
The mark.
You are sending healing. You are sending a message. You are sending alignment. It's a conversation. It's a spiritual conversation
Yes.
between the artist and I don't need to get your permission to speak to you through music. Music just invades your ears into your spirit, into your soul. Before you discover it, your foot is already tapping, and your body. And these are external signs. But imagine what is happening on the insides when heartbeats are being lowered or they are being increased, when the breaths and etc. and the whole atoms and the cells are dancing in the blood system. And I think that music is actually a healing tool
because it
for
makes
the
you
nation.
feel more alive actually when you experience it. It does to me. So the reason why I do more of it, I believe when it can heal me, it can heal the next person.
The healer must be healed himself. Wow. And something interesting also, that when I was preparing for the show, of course, I needed to do a little bit of reading here and there. And I found that this, the calabash there, it's cut at the back there. And specifically, if you are a woman with a breast, then actually that you would be able to when you close it on the breast,
you control
it will actually give you
much better,
much better, because at least got some cushion.
Yes.
But of course, unfortunately, as a man, you are not as blessed. We might need to take you to China Mall and buy you some Chinese breast, you know, and you can have one where you must try it, you know, where you can bounce it off the breast and see how it responds.
It works because today I make them myself. So I find better ways and to evolve them.
Okay.
So that in terms of tone, they work much better. Even without having to do the back and front. If you put a pickup here, it will pick all the vibrations that travel to the stick properly. Yes.
Properly.
Yeah.
Wow.
So right now we make them formal so that they can be used in the music space.
Ladies and gentlemen, he manufactures these things. He manufactures them himself. We'll put his number there for all of you guys who are interested in African bow music, and particularly this Xhosa one, they call it Uhadi. You might want to give him a call. I think his number will be available in a few minutes at the bottom of the screen there, where you can also get involved. And I believe there's no African child who can wake up in the morning and they say, me, I don't know how to play an instrument. Stop lying. You just need time. You are either into rhythm, you are either into sounds, you are either into wind, you are either into percussions, but somewhere you just need exposure to a wide variety of instruments. You might find that even the one who thinks they've no rhythm, they've no tempo, as long as an African child, you can make a sound. That sound can actually be harvested into music. Hence you find that in our cultural spaces, at weddings and funerals and stuff,